or 6 of us, I suppose, right to the top, because it wasn't fenced or anything, it was just open. So,
did you scale to the top of it?
yeah, we walked through the frame internally, just walking up through the
inside,
frame.
yeah.
Inside the thing, up the frame, right to the
Quite
top.
tall, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Bugs Bunny it's called. That's the Carillion down there on the little island on the lake.
Gorgeous.
And your government gave us the Carillion bells that are in there as a memorial thing. You hear them playing every now and again. And that's Mount Ainsley over there. Straight down over, right over.
Ah, okay.
We'll have to try and get that online to see what it sounds like then.
The Carillion?
Yeah?
Yeah. It's nice when the bells
now,
but they don't, I haven't heard it played for a long time. How are you going for fresh air, you people? Are you good?
It is.
I wish you had a night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of open space though, isn't there?
Yeah.
In the centre of this.
It's nice.
Yes, we will go this way. Right over.
Yeah.
So that's all the Defence Department in there.
Okay.
Those big buildings, Navy and Air Force and so on, with their main centres in there. Dumtrude just on the other side of that. Well, the Defence Academy.
It's a big place, isn't it? All laid out very carefully.
That's Black Mountain with the tower thing on the top.
I was going to say, what's that?
Used to be a wonderful restaurant, that went round and round up there. But it's been closed now for some time. You can't even get to town now to see the city, which is a wonderful view from up there.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, there's a speed man there. It's all closed.
It was built just for the government. All our everything's here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice place.
Now, St John's Church is just on the corner up here. There used to be a road going down to the river crossing.
Absolutely beautiful.
Look,
So
there's the
that's
new
where I used to go
Parliament.
to work every day, right down through there all the way
Yeah.
up there.
They'll take us.
Yeah. Looks good from this vantage point. And then that avenue, that one. Yeah. Quite beautiful.
You're stopping, mate. I hope you
I was
are.
going to say, I don't know if they're going to do it. Oh, they're going to stop.
There's the War Memorial.
Ah. It's quite impressive, isn't it, on this road?
Yeah. So Rolly, his wife worked in there as a secretary through the war, and that's where that photo of him in the Jeep came from.
Oh, is that where it came
Yeah,
from?
she discovered that and got hold of it.
I've been in there, but
Yeah.
it's all new, it's different now. But I went there years ago. Look at the thing there in the
So
park.
this is St John's Church in the left. We'll come past it. You may not see much from here. But it was a family church where the grandparents sang in the choir there and tied up with the church for years.
Were they Catholic or Protestant?
No, it's Anglican, Church of England.
Anglican. Okay.
My parents were married there, and I was married there.
Oh.
My friend Eileen was married there.
Look on the left.
A couple of my kids were baptised there. Barry and I were baptised there.
Oh.
in this
Look at the
church.
lovely statues there on the left as we're going
yeah.
up.
Oh, this is part of the
First World
War Memorial thing. All these things up here
Okay.
now.
Look at that.
Of
the
different
First
different
World
war
No,
things.
only one horse.
It's
came
impressive,
back.
that is, isn't
The
it?
church, and you can just see the church
I can.
there.
I recognise it now from your book.
Beautiful.
There was a book, wasn't it, you had with it on?
I'd like a picture of that.
That's
I'll have to have a picture of that for me.
Yeah.
If it's online, I must have that. That's beautiful.
These are, there's a lot of good structures down here.
Yes, look, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Now, oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
See the
word.
First World War.
So,
Yeah, and this one.
in fact, we're on this way. We'll
Korea.
just take a duck down here.
I love how they've done it. My
It's
God.
part of the tour.
Oh, I knew the side as well. There's waterfalls.
Yes.
You take
It's a long.
your days.
It's
to
a
go
worthwhile
through
walk,
it
but it's a
all.
bit of a drag walking up and down here.
Yeah.
Now, when the Queen was visiting here,
Yeah.
soon after she was
Is that in
made Queen,
54?
54, and they had a celebration here for her coronation. And this was a big army camp here. There were all
Oh,
tents and things, and that was all paddock. And
Wow.
this is Reed, where I grew up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the suburb here.
The young John walking
Young
around.
Barry and young Dennis was only a month when they got out of here.
Look at the trees.
Does it still look like you remember?
Oh, much like that. This is Girraween Gardens. There were swings in there. We used to walk from my house to our swings and play in the swings in there. Just in there. They're not down here, I don't think.
I did see a set over there, but new
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
This now all these were government houses built by the government for tenants, and they were built by day labour. Solid brick houses. They're beautiful old homes. They're worth a
Yeah.
fortune now. This is Uri Street where I lived.
Oh.
And this is where we had two houses here. My
Look at
mother
the
was.
width of these roads and that.
Yes.
The
beautiful.
trees would have been
Oh.
tiny, weren't
Yeah,
they?
lovely old street, isn't it?
Because
Yeah.
the street I was born in had lots of trees like this in the front, but it's such a narrow road. On the one side where the trees are, that was the width of the whole road.
So,
and the road
First of all, this
Oh,
was
God.
this is my home here
Oh,
Right.
got your camera, Adam.
I have. I'm recording.
with my mother and father and Barry and so on.
It's a
So, of
lovely
course-
house, John.
Yeah, but then my mother had a thing of moving upscale all the time, so this place became vacant. So we moved into the corner house here, and that's where we were when the family finally broke up. But this had a sleep out in it, this house. In fact, one of the photos I've shown you was me sitting on that brick wall thing around past the front porch.
Oh, was that there?
Yeah. So as a kid, and that's where I broke my collarbone because Father came home on leave and he used to bring us little chocolate bars, and that was the first thing that since when the family weren't too good because he didn't, and I was protesting in my cot. No, where's my chocolate bar?
Aw.
The cot fell over with me on top of me and broke my collarbone.
The swing
Things you
there
remember.
on the tree.
Now, there's a family lives about 3 doors up, the Shanks they were called.
Yeah.
And they had a little girl, about Terrell, and we used to play with her with other kids across from here. There were another pair of twins just over here. And Barry and I painted her sheets with green paint on their clothesline. I don't know where we got the paint, but the whole street knew about it.
John,
They weren't very happy with us, yes.
the trees,
Yes.
like on the right,
Right,
what
yeah.
are they? They're not Australian.
No, they're a
American?
probably no, they're a cedar tree, and it's probably from Himalayas. I think it's a Himalayan cedar.
Yeah, I know they're not
That's
Australian.
a pine tree thing. And that house there. Anyway, someone dumped it down the garden, and the little people in the garage, and all these onion trains, and they'd tie them up and hang them there to dry out. Well, the 4 of us out there one day with their legs hanging over the edge of the parapet, and we peeled all these onions. So when he came home from work, he wasn't very happy either.
No, I
No.
don't think
That's
so.
why you had to move, really, John.
Okay.
Terrorising the
Now
the
this house
neighbourhood.
also had a garage, which we hadn't had before. This one here,
Yes.
and Father had his stamp album. There's a garage in behind that carport. A big, wonderful stamp album on a table in the garage.
Yeah.
Well, Barry and I tore all the stamps out of the albums one
Oh,
day,
you must have been a horror.
and he wasn't very pleased about that.
I bet he wasn't.
So
You
Arthur,
must have been worse than some of us Fairbridge kids.
Arthur now through all here, that was all just open country. There used to be a train line to the city, used to come down through the back of that.
Oh,
And
right.
up
This is
here,
beautiful,
I'll drive up
John.
here. There was a family
Okay.
up here used to babysit us.
Looks like they're all there, doesn't it?
We could be there, but we
So there was an air raid trench up here. It was all mud and kids with kids. Now one of these houses here, I'm not sure which one now, was a family living here, and they had a couple of young girls, and they used to look after us, twins, when we were, about 3 years age, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now I was visiting, I don't know if I've told you this, I was visiting with Becky where our grandparents' house used to be, and there's now all these units there. We walked around the unit one day and we're looking at where the house was, and saying to Beck the house was there and there's the tree and so on. This old lady came along and she said, "Oh, can I help you?" And I said, "Well, just looking where my grandparents used to live, when the house was right here,
Yeah.
where her unit is." "Oh," she said, "who are you?" And I said, "John Savage." "Oh," she said, "you're in relation to Rolly Savage." And I said, "Oh yes, I am. It's his nephew." "Oh yes, I know Rolly through the bowling club down the road there, Rolly and Eda and so on." I said, "Okay." And she kept looking at me, she said, "You're not one of the twins, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, that's right." And she said, that my sister and I used to babysit you when you were little kids. And when they lived in that house there and thing. Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing, yeah.
This is where they bring the schools
To see all
year
that.
6. Yeah.
I love this place.
That's
lovely,
always
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Amazing.
I could easily live there.
Yes,
Lisa
my
does.
kind of place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for them to see.
Oh yeah.
I love Canberra.
But it's beautiful.
I can see why.
Like Lisa moved to Goulburn, but it's for the kids, you know.
Yeah, the school
Lisa stuff here.
It's like if most of, what's his name, Brett's stuff is that side. It doesn't want to come this way, does it?
Who?
Brett. No, most of his stuff is over where they live now,
Yeah.
the homes.
Yeah.
But why would you?
This is great, John.
Because it's too many.
We're looking forward to this walk,
Yeah,
drive
but he
around and walk
likes
around.
Not the city. He likes
Yeah.
open.
That's when it's difficult. Like with us wanting to, I want to look north, he wants to go down south. They want a certain place. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay if you're both happy to be in the same place.
I think Lisa would be happy to stay in Sydney and let Rick do his thing. But
Coming on all the pink tips.
Oh, right.
did you get much fire down here?
Not this year.
No.
In
last year, the big
2003
fire.
though, there was a huge fire came through and took lots of houses out round the back of where I lived in Holder there. And there were there were quite a number of people died, 7 I think died, something like that. But there were lots of houses burned out in a lot of the suburbs at the back of that area.
So it's the scale of it all, John. It's like, my God, I can't imagine all this on fire. Because we've got the Licky Hills, like I keep saying. And if we saw that on fire, it would be horrendous. And it is like a tablespoonful compared to this. This is just, it's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh, my ears are popping.
All right.
Yeah, I do get it bad. It's like, oh my God, I've only just started coming
I
on.
have to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the walking track comes up from down there and winds its way all the way up to finally get up to this point up
Come on,
here.
Skippy,
Okay.
where are you, Skippy?
It helps the drive ever so they can.
Yeah.
We used to have that too. Oh my God. And what's the other one where we just had a dolphin or something? Was that Australian?
Yes.
So the main purpose for this mountain, this
Wow.
hill, is to provide warning support to the aircraft. It's used to have a big beam going around up here.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh wow.
I don't know, we have to park here and walk in. We might have to, I think.
Yeah.
This looks alright, doesn't it?
Oh, look, they've taken up.
I don't know why John doesn't get one of these things for our
There's one there, look
parking.
there.
He's
Oh, right there. Look
disabled.
at that.
Oh yeah.
Has he got a badge?
Yeah, he's got a disabled stick.
That's good.
Yeah, there's that thing you can see.
Oh, right, yeah.
Newcastle.
Have you made friends already?
Yes. I said, are you from Newcastle? I said,
Newcastle with after my brother for 3 years.
Yeah.
This Newcastle here or in Newcastle?
Newcastle here.
Right. Oh right,
Even then, as a kid, I used to go around to school excursions in the front bus when I was a kid in Newcastle. So there you are.
It's funny, it's about everywhere we go. We're chatting this morning. She used to do that. I'm going to go. I know. Oh, it is not long. So we've got a card up there. Jackie was telling her story. And
To the top.
yeah.
going to book in for a tour. Yes. That's a road trip.
Now, years ago, when I was working in the rivers, I went to what was go to Walgett. The car engineer said to me one day, the next time of year, when you talk to the road come about working in the rivers, I said, okay. So I get up to the slides and stuff, and do all the trophies up people. And after that I said, well, any questions from anybody? Yes, I said one bloke in the mob, I have a question. I said, yeah. He said, you're the best person in the world to tell me where the best fishing spots are. I thought, for goodness sake, all this wonderful scientific talk I'd spent an hour giving him.
And do you fish?
I didn't ever fish on that, even though I was up and down with boats and so on.
Now heading your way. No, no.
Now that's
Oh my word, look at that.
That's Malonglo River, which used to be a little creek that sits in flood. Now in flood times, the water was spread out there and even further. There's old Parliament House down there, okay?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And there's new Parliament House behind it, that funny looking building. You see behind that. And my home is just over that hill.
Right.
There.
Wow.
So this is all new down here, it was all bushland. Savages lived down here on these little house.
It does sound bad when you say the savages.
Yeah.
Savages mean wow to us.
I'm
So,
just gonna leave John and
So the lake was built in the.
I'm just ringing John to tell him where I am.
Yeah,
This is amazing, isn't it?
it is. We picked the right day.
Yeah. And that was all very rickety. It was only 2 lanes. That was the only access from one side of Canberra Valley for days sometimes. Right. Because all the
He'll ring me back because he
Yeah.
never picks up unless he's down the road.
Yeah.
I told you, didn't I? Hi, John. I just want to tell you where I am.
And he designed it with a lake in view, with all these circles and things.
Yeah.
So the city's laid out very well to his design, not exactly now, they did change it a bit. But eventually, Prime Minister Benji returned to the lake that was built. This is what it was until that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like little toy Lego buildings. Big, aren't they?
There's some swimming down there every day.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Probably eating some. I just can't believe we've seen a picture when we Googled them up. It's
The lake's
nothing like this.
and those mountains, I walked over like the top of the road and took the Canberra border, as you see border right to the top of that road. Holding those, that's up and on, beautiful.
It just looks like a tiny avenue, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's we're just driven up there. Yeah.
To be up here,
So the water is down below, it's right below the top of that avenue, right underneath the slip.
I definitely wouldn't have wanted to walk up here.
It's a big walk.
It is, isn't it? And by the time I'd be back here.
Now, because Becky, my daughter Rebecca, lived just over here for a while, so down there, the 2 little dachshunds, we used to bring them up, and when I was staying with Brinkley, we used to walk the dachshunds up here, take them off the lead, and the damn things would take off and chase kangaroos up there. And then I just worried.
Yeah.
So hard with all the vegetation, you can't get through it.
I bet that's the thing though, isn't it? When it grows a bit.
Trying to see some feature that I can work from.
Let's have a look. Let's just wander around the corner a little bit. Oh, is it? Just through those trees there.
Yeah, in fact, that yellow brick building, you can see that long place of yellow brick buildings?
I
through
can.
there? That's a set of flats, and the house is just on the corner there from me.
Ah.
Should do.
Shall we go down?
We go a
I
bit
don't know
further.
how far it is, but there's another wall. We might get a better view.
So the military, of course, had a big thing about keeping their soldiers fit and so on, particularly the officers. And they used to run up Mount Ainslie at lunchtime from the officers down here, and from the college as well. And one particular member of my staff said that they get rigged out these things at lunchtime. Away you go, running up the mountain. I thought, oh God, he can leave us. Anyway, then I got him, recruited him from Sydney actually to what we were doing, and his wife eventually came. They got a house a bit further away out there somewhere.
Yeah.
So he'd ride his bike in often from there, and then run home, some kilometres.
Wow.
And then he'd run back the next morning and ride his bike home. It was God, Alan, Ian, you're mad.
He was a fit chap there.
Oh, he's fit, all right. Looked as though he needed a good feed all the time.
You know when I said to you, we'll take a walk up Mount Ainslie, is it about an hour? Well, I guess a real fit 20-year-old could do it in an hour, but I don't think
it was a good walk, Adam.
I don't think I could do it now
No,
in 1 hour.
I couldn't do it at all, I don't think. Okay, we're nearly there. That's Gorman House, where grandmother opened and managed for years, just down there.
Oh, this is better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the hotel pub. That's the Ainslie pub right there. That red brick place straight through there. You see, that's the first red brick building, and that's Ainslie Avenue going. And next beyond that is Gorman House, and the Civic Centre main campus behind that. Okay, so the Savage's house is a bit further. There's the set of flats I mentioned on the end, and that's Patterson Street running through
Oh,
there.
the other brick ones, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see all those units down there now with the red roofs on them. See,
A little grouping of them.
yeah, the grouping of
Some have
red
got
roofs.
solar panels on, yeah.
That's right, just down there. Well, that's the units that replaced my grandmother's house.
Ah, okay. So that's Patterson Street.
Yeah, that's Patterson Street. So the house would have been here on the very last of those red
I'll just
units.
take a quick photograph.
Was where her house was. So the Ainslie School that I went to is that white building running down that avenue of trees, Donaldson Street. That's Ainslie Public School there, and the infant school's a bit further on. And we had 14 acres of grounds, mowing lawns and things around the schools. Lovely old school. And Rowley's Bowling Club was just down that way a bit, near the edge of that tree in the thick, just past the Ainslie School. That way, Rowley's Bowling Club in there. So you can't actually see the Savage house, but you can see where it used to be.
That's good enough.
Now we used to walk very nice Saturday morning often. We go down and buy a few things for grandmother. Used to walk down that long avenue, down to the shopping centre, which is down, little shopping centre down there in those days.
Yeah.
It was quite a nice walk.
It's just a beautiful place.
Mm.
When you see all that water as well.
With the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's made a big difference, Adam, to the city. It really has. And an outcry when they built it, of course. Oh, you're disturbing a natural thing. God, around the base of Black Mountain, there's a major roadside now, and they had to actually steal part of the mountain to build it up, to put around the edge of the lake. Well, a protest. They had to infill some of the lake to build this road. Well, you can't. That's destroying Canberra and so on. So, well, the lake's artificial. It's not a, it was built there to be there. Surely changing it for a little bit of road works.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know.
Just
Anyway.
incredible. I actually love it up here. I'm glad we came.
Yeah, good.
It's just such a huge expanse.
Yeah.
We do get good views, don't get me wrong, but this is like the next level.
Casuarina tree.
Start again.
Sorry?
Start again, I hadn't pressed to record.
Yes.
So it's a seed of a what?
Casuarina
Okay.
tree, of which there are several varieties. Mostly they're quite a large tree that grow on riverbanks, known as river she oaks, because they sort of as an oak tree. Got a lovely grain in the wood. Beautiful stuff to work with too. Big tree, very nice to go and play under there a lot. Under the big wattle trees, the Baleanas.
It's amazing. A woman designed Canberra.
Oh, did she?
No,
I
she was.
I've just read.
Oh no, she was the wife of Burley Griffin.
Yeah, but she's been proved that she.
That's all old mate, that wasn't. Burley Griffin was supposed to be he won the contest.
Yeah, I know, but it's accepted now because I saw it on TV not like.
Lady just said it was there.
It was a woman. She did. And it goes further along.
She's the architect and he took the credit, this lady said who was here. I don't know if she was the lady who lives here, but the husband took the credit. He did it. Wonderful, isn't it?
Chicago. She worked for some 15 years. Her input into water grand design. Her input into water's grand design was both crucial and seamlessly integrated. I knew that she had some part of grand design, but I think the original concept of the eye out of the circles and his vision, I think, and the lake. No, it doesn't say that she actually designed it.
Well, they reckon those women, she said she did the most. So we don't know, but I thought we must. It's good because of
Street at the end of the road. They ran across the face of those buildings. So the Savage's house was on the other side of the road and 3 down, on the corner with that last block of flats. And now it's all gone. There are units there now.
Yeah.
So you can see that.
Yeah.
So none of that was there. All those, there was a bit of a city shopping centre, but that's it. All those tall buildings, none of those were there.
It was quite a small place at the time then.
Oh yeah, it was tiny. Well, there's 2 places because the river, the Mononglow River, separated the 2 North and South Canberra. Right? So in flood times, as I said before, the city was isolated side to side. There was only one bridge, and sometimes that was almost inaccessible. So, and there was the south side and the north side. The south side was pretty posh, and they didn't talk to people on the north side.
No, that happens everywhere,
They didn't want
doesn't
a
it?
bridge.
No, it really was very divided.
Yeah.
And that's where see, Merrill grew up first of all just around the corner from the grandparents down here.
Right.
And eventually they built a house. Frank, there was a bit of family money there, I think. They built a house at Monica in Flinders Way, a big house. Then became a grammar school, and that was in the south side of town, posh side of town. That's virtually where she grew up.
But you say you knew her?
I knew her because she used to visit the grandparents, and Maud was Auntie Maud. Now her parents, her dad was Uncle Frank to me at 4 or 5 years of age, and older later on. And Jean, her mum, was a lovely little lady. She was a sweetie. She was Auntie Jean, just as Maud and Arthur were uncle and aunt to
Everybody was
everybody
auntie
else.
and uncles.
Like,
Weren't allowed to say Mr. or
Mr.
Mrs.
No, and you couldn't.
Auntie and
Don't
uncle.
dare call people by the Christian name in those days.
No.
So that's how it was. So I knew Merrill, and then some part of her life, I think it was a 21st birthday party or an engagement party or something like that. We all went along to that, and I remember, and I think that was at the house in Flinders Way. I vaguely remember that there. And so I only just saw her briefly from time to time.
Yeah.
Then they had a late in life child, Bunty they called her. Now what was her name? Bunty they called her.
Oh.
Nice little kid. Anyway, when I was working in Parliament House one day, now Frank was then the housekeeper living in Parliament House. He got the job of being the boss in the place. He had a flat there, and he and Jean lived in the house. and Bunty lived with them there. And I was in one of the gardens in the house you'll see later. Ran across Bunty one lunchtime, so we had a great old chat. So I used to meet her there sometimes. I know what people thought about this bloke, and I liked it much. His work, the bloke meeting, seeing stuff and plus.
Never mind.
But our grandfather, Canberra had no representatives in the House of Parliament originally, and then they could create a seat here of Canberra, but only for Canberra matters. So our local member could only be involved in and vote on matters pertaining to Canberra.
Right.
And there were two Frasers. There was Alan Fraser, who was a member for the country out towards the mountains, towards Cooma, and his younger brother, Jim Fraser. So Jim, and so grandfather, he put Jim up for him. Grandfather's a bit of a Labor apparently, I didn't know that then. He actually nominated him for Parliament, so it was his nomination that helped me get into Parliament. So as I was working in Parliament House, I'd been there a little while, the telephone rang in our quarters one day. This is a member of Canberra, Jim Fraser. Yes. You have a John Savage working there. Yes. I'd like to speak with him. And he said, "You're Arthur's grandson." I said, "Yes." He said, "Next, I want you. This is my office number. I want you to come to visit me, and I'd like to thank you for the help you gave me."
Oh.
That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
How nice
Really
is
nice.
that?
So I walked down there, and he was really embracing, and he must come and sit down and play with me a few minutes, and have a chat, and he said, "Your grandfather was a wonderful man."
That's nice to be told that as well, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you knew him as the authoritarian. You
Yeah.
loved him, but he was the authoritarian. But other people saw him for the good
Yes.
man that he
Yeah, he
was
was,
in
yeah.
business or whatever.
Well, and of course he was a churchman. He tried to church was one of the things that you did in those days.
yeah, big thing, wasn't it? For most people, I suppose, of that generation, though.
But when the school came, I thought, what have I done? What does he want me for? Why is the member of Parliament want to talk to me?
What was you up to, John?
Yeah, I bet you.
Oh, bless.
I think there's a memorial in there now. So Fairburn, which is that area there, was named after him.
Right.
Still in the air crash.
That's beautiful. But sad
So
story.
then they realised how dangerous Canberra Airport was. So
Yeah.
they tried to put a few protection things in, like the beacon used to be
Yes.
up here and things like that, because the mountains used to fool people a bit.
Yeah.
That long stretchy building down there is quite big.
That's Department of Defence again. I think that's actually Navy there, I'm not sure. One of the defence buildings, and the other side of that is the Defence Academy in there, which I don't think we can see from here yet. Where I put some whole year was designing buildings with architects and engineers and then lived in there and managing part of it for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where all the big embassies used to be, the original old embassies.
Right.
Very sort of special area, Mugaway. So the Archbishop of Canberra Goulburn's house was there, the bishop's, one of the courts as they called it then.
Red Hill Nature Reserve. Red Hill Nature Reserve.
Watch out for kangaroos. Yeah, surprised it. Where are all the kangaroos? They've heard you coming, they're hiding.
They have.
They're probably sheltering under a tree.
They come out warned us.
Federal Golf Club, I was a member there at one stage for a while. Federal Golf Club, lovely little club. Very hilly course all over the bottom of the mountain.
I can say because you played them there.
So you play golf then, do you?
I used to. I was a terrible golfer. But
You enjoyed it though?
Well, when I was getting a decent hole played, I felt better about it. But the professional here was the son of a family that was very close to my mother. The Pedersons, they lived near Ainsley School. And Ron then became a professional here, and he was a professional at that club. And he gave me a few lessons, private lessons and so on.
Yeah.
Don't think it helped much.
Oh, wow.
Look out here.
Oh my God, we're here. It's incredible.
Have a bit of a look there before we go into the main thing, if you like.
Yeah.
View of the city. But we'll do that on the way back, perhaps. Let's go and have a look first
Okay.
at what's up
Yeah.
here.
See how the time goes.
It's only just on 3 o'clock.
looks like someone's just put a big picture at the back of the.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's gonna say, yeah. This seems weird on the other side, does it? Yeah.
It's sort of a lover's leap up here. This is where a lot of people, couples will come in their motor cars and sit on the edge up here looking at the twinkling lights at night. These are all casuarina trees, these funny looking things here. Like those seeds I gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the same kind of like leaves are they or flowers?
Beautiful.
Well, they're actually, they are leaves, yeah, but they're needles like pine
Ah,
needles.
yeah, I was going to say they're very fine, aren't they?
I thought there was some kind of animal.
Statue? I was thinking statues.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Away from the other side.
Oh, here we go.
Toilets. Wow.
Well, it's pointing to the edge, so
So
maybe.
now,
It's amazing, isn't it?
yeah, the trees are a bit of a problem. I realise they've been used
Oh.
much.
They're kind of nice as well.
Yeah, well, this man Ainsley over there, of course.
Yeah.
Parliament House there. And these are all the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
rich
that's-
suburbs around here. Well, it's not quite as spectacular as I remember it to be, but
Oh, it is to me.
Yes, it's lovely, isn't it?
There's a lot to see, isn't there? Lots of different types. There's woodland,
Yep.
mountains, water, plains.
So what hill, John, were we on before?
that was man Ainsley. Where's yours?
Can we see it?
Right there. Yeah, we'll let you go back that way. That big mountain
Oh,
back
yeah, I can see.
It's that Mount Ainsley.
up there, and that's Madeira further on.
Oh,
That lovely
yeah.
one is Mount Madeira.
Yeah.
The Queanbeyan we talked about is just down there.
Queanbeyan.
Go a bit further past the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Queanbeyan's just over the other side there. Older town in Canberra.
Was that there before Canberra, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Don't
that.
know how much before, but not much would have been, not much there.
No. Mainly bush. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like
Queanbeyan
it
would
was
go back
wood.
into the
Does it show if you take a picture here? Does it look like that's behind us now?
now by that time there were grazing here like the Dunford House. Campbell's done that, the big place in Sydney. And that was built in 1860 or something like that. And they built St John's Church
Oh yeah.
because a lot of the pastoralists then had their own church on their big properties. So they built St John's, it was a little church. And then one part of the family, then they owned big warehouses in Sydney and so on. The other brother or whatever built Government House, which was a pastoral property then too, which the government came along and said, thank you, we like that, we'll take it away from you, and as they did with Duntroon House too, for the army, where they built the Duntroon Military Academy, or military camp then was the school.
I just thought when
So
you
they
watch
took,
it here,
I don't know what they paid them,
no.
they took Government House, which was, what was it called originally, Westbourne, was it? So anyway, I presume they paid them some money for it, and said, okay, it's ours now, go away.
Well, we've got St John's in Parramatta.
Yes,
It's
I
the
know St
first,
John's, I know.
the first Anglican
Yes,
church.
lovely old church.
Well, they're building all around that, skyscrapers. Yeah, and I hope they don't pull out the jacaranda tree because that's absolutely beautiful. But it's such a beautiful spot, and you ought to see what they're putting.
just coming into flower. Oh, right.
This is one of our native creeper things.
Oh, yeah, we've got that.
That's Ardenbergia.
Winkle, we call it.
Ardenbergia is this. It's a native climate creeper thing. This time of the year it flowers profusely. It climbs over stuff as well as round stuff. It's lovely.
More apartments going up. Oh, yes, so might be office blocks too. Where are we? Is that the airport?
That's the airport over there, right over the other side over there. There's the airport.
Oh yeah. So I know that's Mount Ainsley now that you said.
And the one's a bit further on is Mount Majura. The two little humpy ones.
Oh, just beyond Mount Ainsley, those two little
On the
humpy
left-hand
ones.
side,
Yeah.
the lumps, that's Majura. And this one out here to the left is Black Mountain.
The one with the big tower.
With the tower on it. You might try to drive up there.
No. You want to take it easy enough to enjoy looking at stuff, don't you? Isn't it convenient seat?
No, they've got a washing system in here. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not
Little
in the early
pipes.
days. Yeah, it's probably not needed anymore.
It's a shame if that cafe's closed.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Well, COVID broke their souls, a lot of these people, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just couldn't cope. They had to close down, and some of them never been able to open again. They couldn't afford it. It's a nice outlook, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So that's all over there. That's the Fish Week sort of merchandising industrial area out there. That's where they have all the cheap shops and stuff like that near the airport.
Right. And then there's a big expanse of openness there.
Well, and then it runs into New South Wales. The water runs at the base of those houses you can see on that mountain over there.
Oh,
The water
yes.
runs through there.
Yeah.
And Queanbeyan's on the other side of that. A lot of that in there is Harmon Naval Station in there, which is in the ACT. Beyond that, it's New South Wales again. When you come down into Queanbeyan from Bundaw, and all that over there is New South Wales housing on that hill over there.
Yeah.
It's Jerrabombra. That was set up as another development thing in New South Wales, almost in the ACT. Fairly, about 80s, I suppose, that was developed, or 90s.
Yeah.
Quite a nice area, but it is New South Wales.
So they can't encroach on them without.
Well, no,
bit
but
of
the thing
permission.
is that there's a hospital in Queanbeyan which is old and not all that well equipped, so if people have trouble in New South Wales, they just bring them into Canberra Hospital, as they did me when I needed surgery.
Yeah.
They just whacked me in an ambulance and brought me up from the south coast. But okay, mate, you're off to Canberra Hospital. So after they'd been two hospitals down the south coast, and finally the surgeon came and said, sorry, we don't do that sort of stuff here.
Yeah.
You have to go to Canberra. Oh, righto. So at that age, my first ride in an ambulance, that was exciting.
Is that like a cricket?
It's a
or-
football oval.
Right.
That used to be the East Lake Football Club down there. No, it might be the Red Hill Oval. East Lake's further down there.
Right.
Yeah, so
It just looks so pristine.
pristine, yeah. There are a few ovals around. Australian rules is a big sport here. League is a bit too now, I suppose, rugby league, but
Yeah.
in the old days were also Australian football. So there are a few of these ovals around the city that are maintained just for those particular clubs. And there's Ainsley Football Club's over there, and they've got a
Right.
similar oval and so on around the city.
Brett just picks them up. Oh, I'm not that size, surely to God.
Here we are at Red Hill Lookout in Canberra. Just a massive spider. Dead. Hello, chaps.
Listen, I found a dead tarantula.
Oh dear.
Well, it's only half the size. I know, dear. And anyway, I put my hand there, took the photo, so it's tight. She said, you want me to put my finger? So when she bent down, I tickled her on the back. Well, did you hear the scream? Oh my goodness. I said, it was heavy enough to feel like, it was light enough and heavy enough.
Oh, that's your pot. That's the yellow. Usually orange or red. And they come in the white. Yeah. You can go to Jones and pick them.
And it's right on the edge of the lake. Now when so a lot of the houses, the government houses were on that last street before the lake was open. And those people, when they bought their houses and then they finished up with the lake on their front door.
Not bad.
You know, how about that?
Fantastic. Put a good price on their houses,
Oh
hasn't
yeah.
it? Oh, it is pretty.
Look at these lovely old she oaks.
Oh, these are nice, aren't they?
Pin oaks, they are. They're pin oaks. Lovely, aren't they?
They are.
They're allowed to grow nice.
That's the government house there.
Oh, yeah.
And that might have been at one time.
Yeah, they're two little flats. Probably one bedroom flats.
Oh yeah.
Tony can have one of them, but he doesn't want it. But like that. Because he's unwashed. A bit slacky washing now, used to be big.
Yeah.
When I went to meet him, he bought a new bed mats for me.
Well, I thought that was the bumper, wasn't sure when I first saw it.
Yeah, he bought 3 pairs. The first
I know you've had a lot of water, but normally is Canberra as green?
That's getting expensive.
Or is it,
but it dries out in the summer a lot. So it leaves us as green as a bit in the summer. But yeah, it's a fairly green place. A lot of these sort of exotic trees, you know, they're beautiful green things. So this is all government nature strip planting. Now, when you got a block of land in Canberra, it was all leasehold. You've only got 19 years lease on your land to build on. But the government, they had a nursery up here, the government nursery, and they gave you 40 trees and 40 shrubs to put in your new garden.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
John,
Yes.
can you explain to me what's the difference between the territory and the state?
The cherry, sorry, which is the what?
You're a territory.
Oh, the ACT and the state.
Yeah.
Well, when the Federation was formed, and they wanted somewhere to put the capital city, they decided that they would commandeer some land which would be the Australian capital. Well, they called it originally the Federal Capital Territory. It was originally, and then it became the Australian Capital Territory. So that's been cut off from, well, they took it out of New South Wales. There's a big argument who should have it, New South Wales or Victoria. But eventually, because they reckon it was more central here than it was anywhere in Victoria, so they built Canberra in the ACT and defined its own borders around here, plus a bit down the coast of Jarvis Bay, which is because they had to have a bit on the coast.
Northern Territory and Canberra.
Okay. Well, the Northern Territory also, Darwin City is also Commonwealth government owned in the old days. It's similar to Canberra, and it was governed by Canberra. All the public servants there
Oh, they
came
don't
from
have a
Canberra.
state. Is that right?
There is a state of Northern Territory, but it didn't belong. The whole thing was all private, a lot of private property, I suppose. But Alice Springs and Darwin were managed by the government, by the Canberra government, or if you like, the Australian government. So the public servants moved there. They were all Canberra people, a lot of them. And because they moved to there, they got all sorts of allowances, of course, to live and grow in this horrible place.
See,
And
what
they came back
gets
with
me,
information. So this is the lake through here. So I used to sail in there with my sailing dinghy, basic dinghy.
we've got like
Just go
the
get up
government,
here and we'll go back.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
the state parliament, and then we've got the federal government, the state government, then we've got the other things and the councils and the
Yeah, well, it's a
New
mess.
South Wales government.
It's a bit of a mess, really. You've got
Yeah.
councils and then the state government,
Yeah.
then the Commonwealth government.
So that was your sailing
Sorry?
lake. That was your sailing lake.
This was my sailing lake, yeah. I sailed a 14-footer skiff, racing skiff. Built it, in fact.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I built it myself, yeah. And,
It's not like it. How old were you then?
I should have given them that.
About
37, I suppose.
Okay.
I think we're on the, oh, is it?
Look at up here.
Oh.
Stuck in the
A
middle.
lump I'm trying to kill it is.
Could be that spot.
So I take it you had a workshop to build this.
Well, I had a garage in my home at mine.
a pretty big one.
Yeah, well, it was fairly big. Yeah. But I had a real trouble because I found I was allergic to particular cedar dust. I was in real trouble. In fact, they had to get a doctor out to me and fill me with adrenaline to save me life.
Oh no.
Pump adrenaline into me, yeah. Which was pretty nasty. So, in fact, I was down in the garage one day with the big doors open, and my GP came down the drive, and he came to the door and he said, "John, if you insist on working on this so-and-so thing, wear this." And he gave me a full face mask to wear. Yeah. That's very kind of him. I thought there might be a bit of a look out here for you, but it's not all that wonderful, is it?
I think it's pretty wonderful. But
No, again? No. I just say, Clive and Adam.
Now
I
that
just-
funny-looking archway thing
yes.
is in the National Museum. It's mostly Aboriginal artefacts and stuff in there, but it's quite interesting. But that funny-looking thing is part of the museum. Now, that used to be the Canberra Hospital, which was about 4 or 6 stories high, I suppose, where my kids were born. I was born at a funny little hospital over in the just across the lake in that wooded area over there, little original Canberra community sort of hospital, little funny old place, where Barry and I were born. But so my kids were all born in hospital there.
Yeah, that white building.
So then they decided the hospital had too much staff in it and so on, very nasty. But really they wanted the land to do something else with it. So they exploded the hospital, or imploded it, and did it so badly there was families on the lake edge this side to watch this happen, and a 14-year-old kid was killed by a great hunk of this hospital fell on the head.
Oh
Flew
no.
over the lake and killed her.
John, is that
Yeah.
air conditioning? Can you turn it down a bit? Because
Yep.
we're just baking in the back here.
You went up a bit, you mean?
Yeah.
You want it that lower?
We want it down
Yeah,
lower.
I'm sorry,
cool.
I didn't have the cooling bit on. I'll do that
Ah.
right now.
Thank
What's
you.
the temperature?
You're
Shut the
preparing me
window.
for
It's
going
only-
up to...
It's only 22 out there now. It's cooled down a bit.
Oh, thank you.
There you are.
I thought I was going to
Sorry,
be
I
dinner
was-
tonight.
Sorry, I was.
Well, we hadn't told you yet.
Oh, I say before we go too far back from this, about a quarter of a mile as we come down the hill, I saw the YMCA, but it wasn't just like any old YMCA. It said YMCA Sailing Club. Oh God, if they knew that in England, I don't want to come here.
This is the.
I work next to the YMCA.
So I belong to the YMCA Sailing Club, and that was up there where we first came
Yes.
to the lake.
I just saw it and I
Yeah.
thought, wow.
And this prestigious area just down here is the Canberra Yacht Club, and I could never afford to join
Very
that.
nice.
Very
The
posh.
YMCA.
Watch the side of the road, John.
So that's the lake, and it was it really it became a different city with the lake. It really did. It was well worth having the work to do. So this is the Canberra Sailing Club down here.
A lot of boats, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like we're leasing.
they're flying 15s and things like that on trailers. Now when I finished building my boat, Felicity was called, which was my wife's name. This is where it was first launched. This is where I launched my 14-foot skiff in here.
Ah,
First fly over the water in there.
Felicity.
Felicity, yes. Faye was Felicity Ann Imray was her name, but she was known as Faye, F-A-I.
Oh, okay.
That's why she was known as Faye, but her name was Felicity.
So that's where that comes into.
It's an English name,
They're nice, aren't they?
yeah. Sorry.
Chinese buildings. They look Chinese anyway.
Oh, they might be. It's probably an embassy of some sort.
Pagoda.
Hello, what's going on up here? Flashing lights.
Called the Golden
Something going to be
Pagoda.
on by next to it.
Very nice. It might be their embassy.
Yes.
Yes. That's what it is.
Well spotted.
The coppers are here doing something.
held everybody up for a bit, wasn't it?
Run up the back of someone.
And that's the old Canberra Hotel in there where a lot of the politicians stayed.
Oh.
Beautiful old pub, lovely old
Yeah.
place. It's a bit run down now. And this is the Albert Hall. This is our Albert Hall, which was the only place for entertainment in Canberra for many years. It's where St John's Church held their fete every year.
Ah, okay.
Oh, looking at the tree. The
A tiny
branch
place,
was so
really.
close to
But the
road.
concerts used to go in there and all sorts of stuff. It was pretty special.
I've seen this on TV coming over this bridge, and there was a
Yeah.
show on they made.
Well, this used to be a little rickety wooden bridge, 1 lane or 2 lane bridge all the way over here. It was only access during floods. It was often almost flooded itself. And driving over it with water lapping the bottom of it, just to think is it going to collapse with me on it.
Coming over this, the water was that high.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Well, not this one, no, the old bridge, the old wooden bridge.
I was a minute, blimey, this is high.
See, you haven't got a lot of traffic lights because of the way they've designed the roads.
Yeah.
And it's much quicker to get around than in the cities.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job the way they.
Most of them weren't designed for cars.
Yeah.
Nothing made for cars.
Yeah, brilliant, really.
And the little hospital where I was born is there's a few remnants of it up here, mostly at National University. The children's ward is still there where I had ear problems and things with Barry. Funny little old weatherboard buildings,
Yeah.
but the university's taken them over and using
They
them
were
for
the
their
old days.
Now we're on the other side of the lake now, so I'm bringing you around the backwards fashion to get home.
You should be a tour guide in the bus.
Jenny and I did a balloon trip. We launched the balloon over the other side of Black Mountain there somewhere, and we came over the lake, and the captain, we're going over the dam wall and government house, and there's not a peep about who lived. About 15 people or something on the balloon. No indication of where we were or what was happening or anything else. So I took it on myself to take over the narrative of our flight in the balloon over the university. The captain wasn't too pleased, but I thought, well, these people need to know, you know.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know where you are.
Yeah.
Well done.
How are you going now with you? We're cooler back there now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
we thought you were trying to get rid of us.
Wish you had as a grease spot. Now, when they built this road, the lake was already here. And they planned it, and so they had to chop off and refill this as part of the. They had to actually put stuff in here to reclaim part of the lake to build this road. Well, the protesters carried on. They delayed it for about a year or so. It was absolutely dreadful. And I said, well, the lake was an artificial lake anyway. What the heck's the argument about, you know? Oh, you're downgrading the place and going to ruin it. Oh,
And it was really needed.
stupid people. And of course, there's a big right-of-way behind Becky's house, behind Blake Mountain, comes up behind here.
Yeah.
It's absolutely sorely needed. Oh, mate. Oh, we can go that way, and we might go that way.
I'm not going to be able
And there was, so they delayed it for about 3 years, taking the government to court to try and stop it being built. Thought, this is crazy. No?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now it's a very busy roadway to a new suburb out at Gungahlin out there. And these people without that road, they had no real access into the city.
Frozen solid.
from heat.
as that, but we have got them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's falling asleep, see.
Yes.
Come on, let's
Anybody
all
come in this heat?
What's going on up there?
There's lights up there.
We must
It forms the lake.
They're not there.
See?
No, they're just where they are.
Oh, yeah.
They're tight to me.
The government house, that's all government house in there, all those rounds.
Oh, you can see the wall.
It's all government house.
Sweet.
Built in 1830 or something.
Wear them every day now, but normally as soon as I get home, first thing I go to bed with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Just about there. I was actually, I think the speed limit was 40 miles an hour, I think. And I was having a nice little time, but suddenly I realised there was someone alongside me. It was a police bike. And he just paced for a while, and then he did this to me to say, slow down, mate. Well, he gave me a wave and drove away. I thought, oh, wow.
That was good of him.
Yeah. And it was funny. And I looked at him and he was looking at me.
He just followed you for a bit until you noticed.
So we've been around the big circle.
Right. We've certainly seen Canberra from both sides, haven't we?
It's a dream.
It's a laugh.
Yeah.
And we're back on the Connor Road now, which I told you was the road out to the Connor River. And
Oh yes, when we were coming.
they rebuilt us for the Queen in 1952 or whatever it was.
God bless you.
Now, the little old road used to be here. This was a paddock over here, was always full of mushrooms, and we used to stop. The kids would go out and pick all the mushrooms in there. And haven't been there for a while now. Becky used to horse ride in here.
Did she?
Yeah, there was an equestrian place in there. She used to come along and ride horses.
Does she still ride?
No, she's done it for years. She used to love riding. I love horses too. I like riding.
Oh, you've ridden?
No, not a lot, but enough to really enjoy it. I've always loved to ride. So I should have gone up in the bushes to Bushy, I think. Hot? You're hot?
I'm cool.
You're cool, you're
I'm
fine.
cool because I'm catching it,
Right.
and she's sweating it. I can feel
I had a
the
bit
water.
turn your one out to her and down a bit. She might get a bit more of that.
Feels cool.
She's a very hot woman.
Nearly home.
I bet the bikers love these roads.
So in there, there's a joint services, what do they call it? Staff college, where Barry went to get his ranking up from major to lieutenant colonel. He was at school in there for
Oh.
a year or 6 months or something. Staff, yes. That's a black man there, not an Aborigine.
He's Indian by the looks.
No, I think he's probably from the Sudan by the look of him,
Yeah, we got
I'd say.
that. I'd say John. This is home from home.
So what do you prefer? Bateman's Bay or here?
Oh, look, the bay got to me. It was a little country village, nice little town, and the beach was nice. I think I'm happier here, but I'm I must admit I'm a bit lonely. I haven't seemed to make any contact since I've been here. All the kids seem to have gone or been too busy to spend much time with me. So
Yeah.
whereas down the coast, particularly when I had the dog, I could take the dog for a walk and it kept me happy and amused, I suppose. So I just love being back in the city. And I'll start to make a few connections again here, I suppose, as time goes on, you know, for whatever time I've got.
Yeah.
There's pluses and minuses for both, aren't there,
Yeah,
John?
yeah. I mean, where I'm living is very convenient. Of course, as I say, it's close for medical needs, very close to the hospital, and it's only a minute away. And I can walk down to the shopping centre in 5 minutes, which is very handy. Gives me a bit of exercise. So it's a good location, really. I just need to start making some contacts again. There was some talking about having a pussycat. Dad, you need a cat.
Are you allowed a cat?
Yeah.
Oh,
As long as it's got to be caged. It's got to be caged. It can't be allowed outside unless it's on a lead. And I would have done that anyway.
right. About budgies?
Sorry, budgies. I've had to budgie. I don't know. They're all right. We've had budgies and talking budgies and things. But
Teach them to talk.
oh yeah. Then if you let it in its cage, it's going to fly around doing its little business everywhere around
Yeah, I
the place.
don't fancy that, John. See, that's why I wouldn't have anything like that. I tell everybody else to have one, but I wouldn't have it.
So I could build the woman in the unit before me, apparently, she had a cage thing built out over their veranda for the lounge room. And
Big clown.
she had a cat there where she kept it in.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of doing that, but I thought, I don't know, I don't really know that I want to do that. Then if I go away, what do I do with the cat? All those sort of things.
That's very true. You get trapped.
Yeah.
You
Got
can't go.
anybody who lives by you, John?
Any which?
Have you got anybody who lives by you who's got a dog and they're at work all day and they need a dog walker?
No, I have actually thought of that, actually.
Because we do all that, don't we? So,
Yeah, there's a woman in the village who moved in just over the units opposite me, and she arrived with a care dog. It's a big Labrador, lovely dog, and she walks around the village every day. But that's as far as she goes, generally. And I've often thought to her, look, I'll take Maggie for a walk. I'll take her for a big walk all around if you like, because she's up to it. I'm sure I am at the moment, anyway. So this is all my village, all the stuff through here.
it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Lovely gardens.
It looks it.
It is pretty. But yeah, if you know anybody or somebody knows somebody, you could walk there, dog. You've got all the pleasure, but none of the actual having to
Yeah,
pay
let's-
for vet bills and things.
Something I could do. I think I'll park down here again as I did last night so they can run the late.
Oh,
Hello, Roo. I told
we're
her, look, they're
outside.
all stand up now. Here we go. They're not going to hop. Just, hi, Roo.
I'll be in before you. I'll move. I'll keep going
Yeah,
with the car.
okay.
Yeah, I'll come turn around, come back.
Hello, Roo. Hello, darlings. Oh, look, nice. Oh, sorry. Yeah, because they live in mobs, so we're going to get, they'll all be in here for sitting. See, they're all up. Hi. So they get out on the road, of course, bang. See if we can see any with a Joey, because the Joeys are really cute. Are you a mama? Are you a mum? No, you're a boy. Hi.
Quite pretty.
Some more up there.
Oh, yeah.
See, and they poke their head up, you can see them. They've got them quite pretty. When you look, it's like children and people.
That's a pretty
Oh,
one.
look here. Oh,
Oh,
the
shall I
little
get
one.
one over?
No, yeah, this one, no, it'll be alright.
And go behind.
Hello, bud. Hi.
And they're not beyond
Well,
the
yeah.
barbed wire or anything.
No.
If they
Oh, no,
come
they
to me,
just-
I'm running and they can't.
They won't go for you. They've got no reason to. They're pretty placid.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
It's only when they just actually jump over because they can, and
Yep.
then it's sadly it's in the
Yes,
dark.
because they're pretty stupid, actually. Yeah. There's another one.
Oh
down in
my
there.
goodness. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll have to send those pictures. Oh.
Well,
But we didn't
oh, there's
really
another one
feed,
further off,
so-
yeah.
Oh, there's more down here in the fence. So these ones are a little bit, so the big males, I haven't seen any big males at the moment, but they'll be in here for sure.
That's the thing, it's right off the front of their farm.
You just got to know where to look.
The frogs.
Oh, here in them.
Yeah, I thought there were crickets. And she said, no, it's frogs. I thought, oh my God, they don't tell. Bikes again. This must be the guide one.
They've all gone to ground.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I couldn't, because normally they'll sit on first grass like that.
Oh yeah.
We can have a quick wander up.
Yeah, well,
How's that there go? So they're all hopping up there.
Been here 10 days and not seen one.
Oh.
Splattered. Oh, they're everywhere here.
They're everywhere.
Are they becoming the nuisance? And,
Yeah, they are. That's it. You might get lucky. That one on the grass up there, might be. Grab a rabbit, it's alright.
you could have lied and said it was a very small kangaroo, and I would have fallen for it. Well, we've seen a few up there, and that's definitely made our holiday.
Oh, good!
Yeah, you can't come to Australia and not see
Not
one
see
that's,
it
well,
in
not
the
see a living
wild.
one.
They must be well fed because they'd be all over this bit of grass.
There must be, yeah.
But now's the time because they're feeding. They sort of tend to sleep during the day.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you can get a bit up closer.
Oh, that's, to be honest, that felt pretty close. I know you probably get closer, but
We can duck
We-
around the corner and see if we can just get a better one for you girls. Might get lucky. No. Alright.
no, that's okay. I've still got one. It was pretty up close.
Good.
It was definitely a good image to send back. Because they were asking me when I was in Sydney, have you seen any kangaroos?
Yeah.
Not in Sydney, not in the city
no,
centre.
Not in Sydney. Other than in a park. but
Yeah.
right from here you can see Bubba. Hello, baby. Hi. Hi. All right, we don't need to go. Can you see the bum
Yeah,
Well, I think you can.
definitely.
moving its head at the bottom? Thank you, darling. I think this is a male. Oh no, it's a girl. It's a girl. She's got one in there, but it hasn't got a head. Good girl. Oh, you're very welcome. Did you get a photo of the bub?
Yeah, I took a little video so
Zoom in and I'll tell you so.